All right, guys. Injuries. Coleman had a shoulder, didn't return. K1 had a hip, return. Greenlaw, ankle. He was cleared but didn't return. And Tart, ribs. Go ahead.
42 runs and 8 passes, pretty rare in this day and age. Did you have a sense, maybe not that, but it might look like that when you entered the game?
We had an idea going in. We were hoping to do something like that going in, but you never plan for it to be like that. When you're watching how the guys were running and everything, and then watching how our defense was playing, it made it very easy to stick with, and even the third downs and stuff. So the guys played as aggressive as any team I've been on, and they made it very easy to call plays.
What kind of feedback were you getting from Raheem Mostert during the game outside of what your eyes were telling you?
The lanes that we saw and then the way he was running, you just wanted to keep feeding him. Raheem's not someone who's going to come up and tell me a bunch during the game. I know he was feeling it, and that wasn't too hard to see.
Mike, you've been to third and eight, several Super Bowls. First touchdown, and what we were thinking where they're on fourth down on that play.
The possibility, if it got close, it was, but we liked that play also. Just some of the stuff that, some of the looks you could get there, and we thought we could sneak one in, and if you did in that area, you do sometimes get 2 downs. So it would have depended how close it was, but if not, we would have been happy with the field goal. So, but for him to take it to the house was a lot better than anticipated.
With all you've been through with this team, and during your tenure here, what goes through your mind when you watch those seconds wind off the clock and qualify for the first Super Bowl?
I think a lot more will go through my mind when I get home and just sit down and relax tonight. I am never comfortable in games until it's officially over. And once it was officially over, I got bombarded by everyone, and I'm sure I'll feel those injuries tomorrow. But it was really awesome to have my family down there, and my wife and kids, and it was just so cool. I know how happy our players were, how much they wanted this, and I was just so proud of how they played and how hard they fought.
What was that moment like getting the trophy from your dad?
It was, I think that's pretty special. Just to get a trophy handed you by anyone is really cool, but especially, Jed making my dad an honorary captain. Jed told me it was special for his mom when his uncle handed her a trophy before they win, and Jed planned all that and did that, and it was pretty cool I didn't know what was going on, but it was pretty cool that it happened there at the end. It was pretty special.
All year you've had guys who weren't necessarily starters kind of step up. Is Mostert the ultimate example, and what has he shown you this year?
Yeah, I definitely think so. He made a lot of plays for us last year, and he'd get some opportunities here and there, battled through camp and kind of came into the season in the same situation. Got a lot of opportunities versus Tampa Bay in week 1 because Tevin went down with an injury, and Breida was fatigued a couple times from what I remember, and he played unbelievable there. And he's just earned everything. He's been on a number of teams. He's earned everything that's been that he's gotten. He earned today, and he's just such a good person. And for him to help us as much as he has on offense, and you guys saw the play he made last week on special teams. He would have made some more today too, I'm sure, but once we lost Tevin, we only had 2 backs left. We had to make sure to pull both of those guys off. So, but I can't say enough good things about Raheem.
You've had some 49ers legends in the past talk to the team a lot throughout the season. Did you have anybody speak to the team before this game this weekend?
No, just this year. Steve talked to us. I want to say it was before the Rams game. I'm not sure which game it was, but Steve talked to us, but that's been it this year.
What was the message to the team
last night? Just that, everything in this league is earned. That's one thing that's really cool about the NFL. Nothing's given, and I told the guys how proud I was that they had earned the right to be in a game to play for the Super Bowl. And regardless of what was going to happen, though, and what got us up to this point, that we were going to have to go out today and earn the right to go to the Super Bowl, and no one was going to give it to us. And those guys came out with that mindset from the first play on. They were relentless, and I know we're going to enjoy tonight, but we're going to be ready to carry that over to Miami too.
Kyle, some big picture perspective, when you're coming off of 4-12, you probably don't even dare to dream about qualifying for the Super Bowl. So can you put the whole season into context? I know it's like seconds after you just won the NFC Championship, but
it's a good question, but that'd be impossible for me to do. The season's been so long. Also has gone so fast too. I just can't tell you how close of a group of guys we have. That I know a lot of people say that. But I've been coaching a while, and I do feel like it's different. And I've been on a lot of close teams, and our guys got a lot of love for each other. I think in the way they play, you can see them play with a lot of love for each other. It doesn't matter who's going, who's up. No one's hesitated. No one really worries about it. I've never had one meeting this year with one player saying, "Hey, I need the ball more," or "We need to do this." Everybody has just been on a mission to try to win each game, and it started week 1 versus Tampa. Today was the same thing, and I can officially say now we only have one more game left, so hopefully we can do it again.
What has it been, this as a coordinator, obviously, what are the next 2 weeks going to be like? What are you going to tell your team this time?
It's kind of the stuff I just told them right now. I mean, it always gets hectic, and it gets a little hectic when you get down there. I think this first week is very important. You know, everyone, you got 2 weeks, but, you know, we want to treat it like we're playing Sunday. We'll come in tomorrow, have a normal Monday. We'll bring all our families in tomorrow afternoon and let them get their tickets and everything situated. Us coaches will put the game plan in mostly on Monday, tomorrow, and Tuesday, and we'll try to have a normal week of practice and make sure when we pick up and go down to Miami, which I believe will be Sunday, that we've got our game plan in, and we have everything taken care of with hotels and tickets and stuff. So when we get down there, you know, we got a lot more media obligations and stuff when we get down there and things like that get you out of your routine. So hopefully we'll have our stuff done, and then we can just spend a week tweaking it and making it as good as possible.
Kyle, what thoughts about going against Andy Reid and the Chiefs?
I mean, now would be my first thoughts, and I mean, Andy Reid's as good of a coach as there is in this league. I mean, I think he's a for sure Hall of Famer. I know how good Andy is. I know how good their quarterback is. I know how good their team is. You know, we got to see him last year. Haven't seen him this year. I know we're going to enjoy tonight and look forward to starting to watch that tape tomorrow.
What has it been like to watch Levi's Stadium go from a place that maybe didn't provide that much home field advantage to an atmosphere like this?
It's been great, and I think something that our whole team's very proud of. You know, when I first got here, you know, I have growing up from 6th grade to 9th grade, I lived out here and went to Candlestick every week during the season, and that was a place that I loved, and you know, every place gets new stadiums and stuff, so I came back here, and when I get here, I hear that everything's different in the new stadium and stuff, and but then I kind of look at our record and everything, and I kind of understood why. I didn't think you could totally judge a stadium off of that, especially our first year starting 0-9 and our second year being 4-12, and but I did know there were times, like especially our first year when we were 0-9, and we got on that winning streak at the end, and I remember being the Christmas Eve game versus Jacksonville, how loud I thought the stadium was that game when we had won 4 in a row, and that was the first time that I really sensed that our fans were hungry. They were going to go wherever we went. We had to give them something to be excited about, and they've been like that this year since our first home game, which I believe was Pittsburgh. It's only gotten stronger. I mean, I've played the Packers a number of times, and I don't care where you play the Packers. There's always a ton of Green Bay fans in the stadium, and out of any time I've ever played the Packers in any stadium in my life, I did not see green out there, and that's pretty hard to do. So I mean, I love it here. I love Levi's, and hoping our fans follow us to Miami.
Last one, guys. Kyle. Injury to Evan Coleman.
I know it was a shoulder. He was sitting there. I'm going to talk much about him. I mean, I'm hoping he'll be all right next week. You know, I don't totally know yet, but I mean, I know he's not ruled out or anything. I think there'll be a good chance.
Now, nostalgia's sake, would you bring the backpack?
I will, but I'm going to lock it to my arm if you're around because I know what you do. Thanks, guys.